Alright, so what's going on, guys? It's Tom, and today I'm bringing some more Modern Warfare 2 gameplay. And it's been like a week since I've uploaded Modern Warfare 2, so I thought it was back for I thought it was time to get back to it anyway. So this is an RPD free-for-all on Favela, and I thought I'd switch up my class a little bit. I decided to slap on lightweight instead of stopping power. Now, using stopping power gives this gun a 2-shot kill at any range, actually, so it was kind of a disadvantage using lightweight, and that's actually the reason that this game took so ridiculously, unbelievably long. It ended up being like an 8-minute game, which is probably my longest free-for-all, apart from the ones that I lost, and the ones where I was a total noob back in 2001, I don't even know. But anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay, and another thing I'll point out is that I'm using some weird-ass kill streaks in this game. I'm using the airstrikes, which is just the precision airstrike, the Harrier, and the stealth bomber, so that really did not help me out it really didn't help me out at all, so that was a little bit frustrating. But anyways, it's a good gameplay, so I hope you enjoy it. But guys, since it's such a long gameplay, I thought I'd talk about a little bit more of an in-depth topic and a bit more of a real-life topic. And look at that freaking spawn! And look at me getting totally sidetracked. But anyway, let's forget about the spawns. So what I want to talk about today, guys, is frustration and anger and how you can get around it. And it's not the kind of anger just like, oh, I'm getting so mad and I want to kill everybody in the world. It's not that kind of anger. It's more frustration, you know, that you're not really sure what you do with it. Now, first off, I want to kind of talk about, you know, what I do to get around anger and some of my past experiences with it. So first off, I'll say that, like, I'm just gonna talk about the past first, like, because I was a very frustrated person in the past, and basically I was always a kind of guy with very low self-esteem, and it all started back in year 4, I think. Year 4 is like in 2000, I can't even remember, it was year 4, so that'd be 2004, and I was like 8 or 9 years old, and there was this one asshole, complete asshole, who would always, like, you know, troll me. I don't want to call it bullying because that just sounds like a freaking little kid word, but he literally did bully me. He was just constantly being touched, a complete dick. I mean, I remember there was one time where he fucking spat fucking biscuit crumbs at me during a break time, and I was like, what the hell are you doing, man? And I went to see the teacher at the time, because at the time, like, the first thing you do is go see the teacher like a little fucking baby. So that's what I did, and of course he called over the guy, and the guy was like, oh no, I didn't do anything. And then the teacher, he told me, he's like, Tom, why are you lying like this? And I was just like, well, I'm not lying, this guy's trolling me constantly. So yeah, that was kind of the start of all my frustration, and it also kind of lowered my self-esteem so bad, and it gave me such a small ego, and I just felt like I was completely useless. And as freaking weird as this may sound, it's completely true. And it kind of carried on for a long time. And I think what really affected that, or made it so bad, was that I was in a school called the Dragon School. Actually, I probably shouldn't say this in the commentary, but I just did. And it was a very competitive environment. And after that, I went to a school, another school, which is an all-boys school. And that was the same thing, extremely competitive. It was one of the best schools in the country. That's how it was regarded anyway. And personally, I did very well there. I was like, I'm not going to say like the top band or anything, but I was pretty average in that school. So I mean, it was always good, but like an all-boys system really does, it's very depressing sometimes, because it just feels like you're competing. There's so much competition with everything you do. Like, I'm a good tennis player, and being good at tennis, I got a lot of respect for that, but I also got a lot of hate. Like, people would actually like be jealous of me, and that was especially in the Dragon School. But I guess as people matured a bit more, it was, you know, I got a lot more respect for that in the summer term. But in the winter terms and things, I didn't have anything to show really, so it was there was nothing really for me to compete with or anything. So that really did drag down my self-esteem, and I'm going to tell you a few stories about about what happened, really, because I wasn't the kind of guy who would take it out on other people, because I find that people who have large egos are generally people who will take it out on other people. So, I mean, people with large egos will generally not be frustrated, but when these people do get frustrated, they tend to take it out on other people, because they're kind of so, I don't say full of themselves, but they have so much pride in them that they don't want to take it out on themselves, because I guess they don't think that's worth it, you know, and they'd rather take it out on other people. But I couldn't get myself to do that, because I was just so torn by the fact that I was so hopeless. I kept telling myself, oh, I'm so hopeless, I'm so useless, and I can't do anything. And I know this sounds freaking retarded, guys, but I guess I can open up to you guys a bit, because I guess this will help you out as well, because it happened to me, and I really don't want it to happen to you guys, especially you guys that are now, you know, coming to high school and things like that. But I ended up taking it out myself. Like, I remember there was one time at a tennis training session, and I had a really nice coach called Joe, and I still contact him quite a lot, and I'm surprised that he actually stuck with me the whole time, and he didn't get so mad that he just said, alright Tom, I give up on you, because I was always getting mad at myself in training. Like, I wasn't like smacking my racket, I wasn't even smacking my racket anymore. I was literally hitting myself with the racket. I would miss a shot, or I don't know. It wasn't all to do. It was pretty much to do with tennis, but then again, because all the frustration had built up, and I was so mad at myself for just everything, I was just literally hitting myself with the strings really hard, and I was just getting all dizzy about it and things. And Joe was always really calm about it, and at times I thought he really didn't know what to do about it, but he took it, and I'm really happy about it. I guess I'm really happy about that. I'm also really bad. I felt really bad at the time. I was like, you know, Joe, just give up on me. I actually told him, like, yeah, Joe, I'm not worth your time, blah blah blah, and he was always like really calm. He just totally ignored me and just waited for the next training session. So I think that's very good of him. But hey, you know, I guess you get those lucky people sometimes that actually do, you know, understand where you're coming from. So that was all good, but I ended up like hitting myself with the actual racket, like the outside of it, which actually hurts a lot. And I didn't do that too much anymore, because that really did hurt too much. So I was just like, oh my god, I can't do this anymore. And I just stuck with hitting myself with the strings. So that's pretty much it, as opposed to like well, as far as like hitting myself with tennis racket goes, it was kind of just hitting myself with the strings. Anyways, that's kind of besides the point. So that's pretty much the past, really. And now I'm going to what I personally consider probably the perfect school for me. It's called the British School in the Netherlands, and it's a mixed school. It's the most chilled back, awesome school I've ever been to, and as well as being reasonably competitive, and you know, you have to get your good grades and things like that. I really think I fit in so much better. People don't really troll as much, and when they do troll, it's more humorous troll. Like you laugh about it. But back in the other schools, it was more like, oh yeah, you're such a retard, blah blah blah. Why'd you do that? And it's the kind of like hater troll. There's the, you know, the humor side of troll, and there's also the hating side of troll. And luckily for me, BSM is a much better environment for me anyway. But what I found out is that it still affects me. Like, you know how they say, like, oh yeah, once people rip your heart out and stuff, you can put it back, but you can't. Like, the pieces will still stay torn, and that sounds really retarded. It's something I did in year 5 with some stupid ass French teacher once, but hey, I guess she was kind of right in the end, despite the kind of weird person she was. We all thought she was being a weirdo back then, but I guess she was kind of right, because I can't integrate with every single person in the school like a lot of people can, and I feel a low sense of self-esteem when I'm around people too much. Like, if I'm with a large group, then I feel a little bit awkward, you know, and it's kind of annoying, but I still have a few select really good friends, and I really like that about, you know, friendships anyway. I guess it's not all about having like a large group of friends and being the most popular guy in the year. Anyway, that is enough deep talk about that. I really don't want to go any deeper than that. But I want to go over a bit of, you know, present frustrations that I've gone through, and the first of that is actually YouTube, surprisingly. Now, as much as I love YouTube, I've always loved it, and even from the start when I was getting no views whatsoever, I just kept doing it because I wanted something to talk to. Basically, I just wanted to talk to people on YouTube, and even though I didn't have many people to talk to, there was still a couple of people who were listening to me, so I was like, hey, you know, I'll keep doing this because it's awesome. And yeah, I kept doing it, and I've got an awesome freaking fan base. But what I realized is that as every person wants, they want more than they have right now, and I wanted more views, more subscribers, and I realized that after my video went up on the Marco J's channel, my views were going down, like, not quite exponentially, but they were kind of slowly creeping down. My likes were creeping down, and people were starting to leave. And it frustrated me so much at the time. I was just like, oh my god, why is everyone leaving? I thought they liked my videos. I feel so betrayed, and things like that. That sounds retarded as well, but the truth was that I kind of figured it out. I was like, hey, you know, I've still got, you know, maybe 20, 15 people that actively come back and watch my videos for months and months on end. So what's there to be so depressed about? But anyway, guys, I'm going to continue this discussion in another video. So leave a like ready if you did enjoy the video, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.